Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is the time. The time is now. It's Manchester United against Real Sociedad. It's the season. It's the season in 90 minutes, maybe 120 minutes, maybe a penalty shootout. But the season is what this is all about. There can be no disputing that. Look, fasten your seatbelts. I'm confident. I'm going to be confident about this. I am confident that we're going to win, and I believe we have to win. And I think at the end of the day, it's better to burn out than to fade away. Let's leave nothing for 90 minutes. I think too many games in recent times with Manchester United, we sit and discuss, could have done this, could have done that. And I think it's time to actually deliver tonight in the sense that if we don't, the season's over. And we can't afford that at the moment. So Manchester United, we've got to be winning this game, and I think that's what we're looking to do. We're sponsored by Crossplay. I'll talk about that in a moment, but before we do Crossplay, let's talk about how we play. Manchester United lining up pretty much as we predicted in the preview. The one differential is, and I'm happy to say, Heaven over Lindelof is something that I'm actually happy about. I thought he might go with Lindelof, but the fact that he's gone with Heaven, left footer, actually gives us more balance. So I'm actually quite happy with that. So yeah, very, very pleased that that he's gone with Heaven. Rasmus Xerxes Garnacho, obviously. Dorgu Dalot. Agate not starting, I suppose. That's potentially another one that you might look at and go, I don't know about that one. But I'm happy with the back. I think Heaven gives us a little bit more physicality and pace. Obviously, the only thing I didn't think about Heaven was that he might not pick him based on experience. I've got a feeling Rasmus scores tonight. I think good conversation from Amorim talking up Rasmus. Quite a big bench for United, actually. I mean, normally we're quite short, but Amas, Collier, Eriksson, Fletcher, Fredrickson, Harry, me, Lindelof, Scanlon, Agate. Lots of names there. If we're being honest, only 3 experienced players there, Agate, Lindelof and Eriksson. But there are names there. It just makes the bench look a little bit more. But there's no attackers there. There's no real attacking depth in that team at all. So we go with what we've got. We don't have Obi Martin or anybody like that in the team. Rasmus is on my screen at the moment. Yes, I fancy him to score tonight. I know that's a real out there thing to say. But yeah, I do. I fancy him to score tonight. Red Cathedral, lots of people giving names for the shirt, I think. I hope we don't get any red cards tonight. I think that's going to be really important that we don't see red cards, because I think that, as we've seen before, that can be really disruptive in European games. I said on the preview, echoes of Sir Alex Ferguson's last ever European game was that nanny red card that completely and utterly destroyed what would have been a win against Real Madrid that night. So, yeah. Okay, let me just mention our sponsor on the show tonight. Some of you have been playing this. Do you think you can beat me or outscore me? Prove it on Crossplay, powered by BetDAQ. You must be over 18 to play, but it is free games to play. Easy to do. Good fun with it. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. 2,500 cash in weekly prizes. How it works, you pick 9 outcomes, basically. If I change the screen here, you'll understand it more. Let me go there. So crossplay, that's the whole point. Think noughts and crosses, but it's crossplay. That's what we're doing with BetDAQ. Pick 9 match outcomes. It resets every Tuesday, so you can use tonight's games, you can use the weekend games. Pick 9 outcomes, home win, draw or away win. Your selections automatically create 10 different winning combinations on the grid, and you score points by doing 3 in a row. So put the team that you think's going to win, put the result that you think's a nailed on in the middle, because obviously, as you can see there, that team in the middle can get 3 up, can do 2 diagonals, it can do horizontal as well. And you accumulate points by how many 3s you get, but you can do 5 entries per week, more chances to win. And also, you get loads of points if you get a full house, which is all 9. But good bit of fun, free to play. And you can download the app now, links in the description, or scan the QR code and you can be playing in seconds. Use your lucky pick if you need help with your selection, so it'll auto fill 9 results for you. Bit like, on Fantasy Premier League when you first start out and it automatically fills a team for you and then you just adjust it. It can do that for you as well. You can join my personal cross-play fun league and see if you can outscore me as well. by scanning the QR code or going through the link in the description. And the leaderboard resets every Tuesday. So there's always a fresh chance to win. As I said, you can use Europa League games tonight. You can use Premier League games at the weekend. 9 selections. Good luck with that. Have a bit of fun with that. Free to play, but you must be over 18. Real cash prizes. Is Mazraoui ever going to play right wing back or stay at centre back, says Devon? I mean, I think it's a good question. I mean, I quite like Razwawi. Razwawi. I have had surgery. I am on painkillers. So just to let you know, that's why I'm wearing this top. It keeps me nice and warm and it's got a zip on it. Razwawi. I mean, I suppose that would be relevant if Mazraoui provides an assist for Rasmus. We might get... Oh, don't make me laugh. I'm gonna have to take it steady tonight, which is very. It's not the best mix. This 6 stitches in your stomach and Man United in a must-win game. I definitely won't be standing up. But if we get a Razwawi, it will be an assist by Mazraoui for Rasmus. There we go. So yes, Mazraoui for me, I actually think is better in right-sided centre back anyway. I don't really see him going forward, literally as our right wing back. I think that what will happen is that in the future we will bring in a Quenda or somebody like that, and we will start to see what Amorim's real system is. And therefore, I quite like Mazraoui as the right-sided centre-back, if I'm being honest. Big up Mark and United Stand, cooking my dad Ruben a nice Wagyu steak for his 63rd birthday. Currently, says Alex. Sounds absolutely lovely. Robbo96 says Paul Scholes jumping on the Radcliffe gravy train by saying the time is right to move into a bigger, better stadium. Even Karen Carney was properly holding the ownership to account while he stood there looking sheepish. Well, he probably gets paid by Neville a lot, to be fair. He does the overlap every week, doesn't he, with Carragher? So, you know, and it's probably a nice little earner. So you probably don't want to upset. I mean, look, that might be really unfair. And I like Scholesy, but, I mean... You know, nobody, when it comes to the new stadium, nobody's talking about the fact that why we're building a new stadium, because the Glazers let the greatest stadium we'll ever know rot and ruin over 20 years. Is Mazraoui going to ever play? Devon, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that as well. Thanks for your super chats that are coming in early. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We are getting close to 50,000 up there, so bottom right-hand corner, get involved. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much for that. Let's get that stats carousel rolling around so you can start to have a look at the team news. That's Manchester United's team on there. Zubamende does start for Sociedad. One thing I would say that worries me a little bit is that Becker is playing. Now, I thought when he came on, he actually made them quite dangerous with a bit of pace. I didn't really think they were that dangerous, Sociedad. But when he came on, and it might just have been a bit of speed and we were tired at the end, but he actually sort of looked up against the low like a player that could cause them a few problems. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. But that would be Dorgu, wouldn't it, on that side, actually, as it was last week. So it wouldn't be Delo. The new stadium name, Pratt Park, says Fennick. Penalty loss written all over this one for us, Mark, says Fraw. Thank you very much for your super chats there. Today's my birthday. I hope we win, says Rafi. Yeah, he's definitely got pace tip. Happy birthday, Rafi, as well. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to the Dublin show, by the way. If you want to get your tickets, I think the link's in the description. There's about 20 left. I was writing the show. Well, I say writing the show, just doing the outline of the show this afternoon. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Gerson says, hi, Mark. I asked this to Terry last night, but what's your favourite football memory ever? It's so easy. It's just too easy. Like, anybody of a certain age is going to say the same. It's that whole season, really, when I lived in Dublin, actually, of 99. But you're never going to top what Solskjaer did. I'm never going to. I knew that on the night. That will never. It's not. So it's a boring answer because if you lived it, it will be the same for everybody. But I always say, and we'll move on very quickly, but it is a European night. The Sheringham equaliser gets underrated. That's the Barry says mine's Gerrard slip. I mean that's in my top 10. But the Sheringham equaliser, is underrated. Like, that was pure relief, adrenaline, excitement. But it lasted so, it's like it was over so quickly because we scored so quickly after it. But yeah. Scott Page says, hopefully we can win in 90 minutes or I worry our bench is too weak. I know game changers. Yes. I think we need to score first and we need to keep the tempo up. The crowd can play a very big part tonight as well. Thank you very much. I felt bad for the African player for Bayern. Forgot his name. Oh, Sami. Was it Kapoor? I don't know. Sammy somebody, wasn't it? I know who you're on about, yeah. Someone in the chat will know that, yeah. Xerxes hat-trick. Remember to shout out me out when it happens, says Based. Mark my words. Well, I've got Rasmus scoring as well. Yeah, I've got Rasmus scoring tonight as well. Sami Kapoor, that was it. Sami Kapoor. I said Kapoor, but I was close. Wasn't far off. Look, I fancy Xerxes to score tonight. I think he's finding the space in that team, and I think what Amorim said in his interview, I think, fucking hell, I mean, I gotta say, I couldn't believe it. About 11 o'clock today, just checking socials, and what's her name drops an interview on Sky Sports with Ruben Amorim, and I'm like, 15 minutes, and I'm like, that's 15 minutes he could be spending on the training ground, and this game's not even on Sky; it's on TNT. Why the hell is he sitting down doing yet another interview, this time with Sky? It's not even on fucking Sky. And I just think, you know what? I know we laugh about it, but it gets to the point where you actually do go, why are they allowing him to do so many interviews? Do you think it's spin from the club that they're just like, well, the more interviews he does, the more the focus is on him? It's just, he said when he first came in, he didn't want to do loads of interviews. He wants to be on the training ground. He's always bloody doing interviews. But he did say in that Rasmus, is doing a lot of good work off the pitch. On the pitch, off the ball, that's facilitated Xerxes' goal last week. So I thought that was a good and intelligent shout out, because I think Rasmus will score tonight. I really do. Just to give you some quotes from Amorim ahead of the game. This is actually from the programme. He says, we all know the kind of fighting spirit the fans want to see on the pitch, and I think we have seen more and more of it in recent games. Hopefully that will be hopefully that will be realised on the pitch tonight, because I do feel that when you look at the last couple of games, and I have been consistent about this, I do think that we have created more chances in our last two games. And I know we say we don't create any chances, and we don't create any chances. I think that's very, very obvious. But we have created chances against Arsenal, and we have created chances against Sociedad last week. What we do need to do, and I think it's absolutely imperative, is create more chances tonight, because we need to score goals. But I think that is a positive. I do. I think it's a positive, and I think we need to continue doing it. And I don't want to see greed tonight. There's a lot of people after the Arsenal game who wanted to be quite negative, and I think this week all comes down to this. It all comes down to the ability to win this game. I don't want to wake up tomorrow outside of Europe, which I will do anyway because I live in England and we voted Brexit. But in a Manchester United point of view, I want to see Man United still in Europe tomorrow. If we're not, I think that is a horrible, horrible reality that none of us want to face up to. So I think behind the team, hopefully everybody is. Not everybody will be. There will be people out there that hoping that we lose or whatever, because some people just want to see the world burn. But hopefully we win tonight. Hopefully we create chances. I think we're good enough. I think we're good enough to win. I think we're better than them. I think we can win this game. And don't get too excited as Irish. I've got to be really careful with these stitches where they are. They're smack in the middle of my stomach. 6 inches. Not 6 inches. No, I haven't got 6 inches. I haven't got 6 inches in the middle of my stomach. This is the painkillers. I'm going to say stupid stuff. I've got six stitches in the middle of my stomach, and if I laugh, it hurts. So I don't want any stupid analogies or stuff tonight. I just want nice and comfortable 6-0 win. That's what I want. Mark, I remember 99 and the glorious night. I want to see these players go for it tonight, says Nick. The biggest problem I've got is I'm fine, and I'm going to watch this game anyway, and I wouldn't miss it with you lot for the world. But the biggest problem I've got, and I had it this morning, was that I'm having to talk a little bit different. Because where the stitches are, it's like it hurts to talk the way I used to talk. And it will be fine in a couple of days, but tonight I'm sort of like learning to talk in a different way, and it's actually tiring me out. I don't know whether that makes any sense. It's because the way I'm breathing now when I'm talking, I'm having to sort of like, it's like semi-forcing a crap out. I'm sort of utilising other muscles to protect the muscles that are close to the stitches. So it's sort of tiring me out a little bit to talk, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Any chance, any hope of ever winning the Premier League under Glinios as your boy? I would hope so. Mark, what are your thoughts on supporting Man United to Villa if we lose tonight, says Dewald. Never. Never. Nick says, I want to see these players go for it tonight. I remember 99 and that glorious night. Thanks for being a member for 20 months, Nick. Define a chance created purely for clarity, says random guy. I think a chance created, I think this is a very good question. I think a chance created for me is a decent chance. I think a chance created for me is Rasmus last week when Rice tackled him. I think a chance for me was last week when Garnacho put it into the side netting. I think they're good chances. I don't think it's a chance when at the end of the Arsenal game, Garnacho cuts inside and from 30 yards shoots on his weak foot. I don't class that as a chance. I mean good chances. And we're not very good at creating good chances. But in the last couple of games, we've created enough to win games, and we need to do that tonight. Naf says Sky probably has a deal with United for interviews, and that would explain why they don't cover news about owners. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Yeah, well, you know what? You make a great point there. People moan about why Sky Sports don't really go in on the Glazers or Sir Jim Radcliffe. But if they've been given an interview with Amorim every week, then that might be it. Thank you very much, Naf. Hi, Mark. Night like tonight at Old Trafford won't be the same in the new stadium. Glazers out, says Ashley. And $5 just to make sure you know it's pronounced Kenda and not Quenda, which drives me crazy. Also because this channel is awesome. I will remember that for you, Pedro. Kenda. Thank you very much. I did remember it before and then forgot, but I'll definitely remember now. We'll sing Shine to get us all in the mood. Hopey, thank you. We can't hear it, but there you go. Petition for Mark to play This Is The One prior to kickoff. Let's get behind the boys. Nights like tonight are why we support this club to start. I would happily play This Is The One before the game. The problem is we'd get a copyright strike because I don't have permission from the Stone Roses. However, if you're at my show next week and you hear This Is The One, know to get excited because I use it to come out onto stage. Because when you're at venues doing concerts, it's copyright free. Wishing you a fast recovery. Let's go United, says Dark Blade. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks everyone who's just joined on TikTok as well. Thanks for all the follows there. Thanks everyone who's subscribing on YouTube. I have Bruno on my score sheet, says Mrs. Stone. I've tweeted it. I'm telling you now, this is not a hot take. It's a cold take because he hasn't scored in bloody ages, but I've got Rasmus scoring tonight. Xerxes hat trick. Remember to shout me out. I've done that one from Based. Well, he's got that. Andy, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Get well, Mark. 7 inches is the best. For Footy King, thanks for being a member for 37 months. Is that Russian guy in the starting team for Real? Says Casper. I don't know. Let me have a look at their team for you. Romero, Munaz, Agad, Zabaldia, Alastondo, Marin, Zabamendi, Mendes, Kubo, Ayazabel, and Becker. That's your team. Did the stadium announcement make you sick to your stomach, says Sanka? Look, I'm not really that bothered about the stadium at the moment. It was a conversation on Tuesday, obviously. But I think that I can't overestimate the importance of this game. If we lose, we are going to be devastated tomorrow. We will be a laughingstock. Our season will be over. It will be depressing. As Mikey Boy says, it's the biggest game of the year. Let's go. They better not give Kubo even a moment to breathe. Fitness by Alotto. Thanks for joining the members club. This is a season definer for Man United. And as I said before, if somebody said you're not going to win the Europa League anyway, I can tell you that, I'd still say I at least want to get to the semi-final or the quarter-final. Because if we play the quarter-final, the season goes till sort of middle of April. If we play the semi-final, it goes to the start of May. If we're not going to win it, I want us to get to a position where it just keeps the season alive for a bit. And to have it dead before the March international break would be incredibly crap. And nobody wants that. 9 minutes away from the start of this game. Are you nervous, says Stallion? John Burton signed up for the United Stand player ratings. Yeah, I think we'll put that in at some point. Don't forget to play cross-play. Really good free game to play. You can win cash prizes on that. Really enjoying playing that, actually. K-Diz says, Terry was great yesterday on That's Football. It was strange hearing such a well-thought-out opinion on the game. You taking a piss out of me? No, Terry was good. Costa, Delit, Silva, Inacho, Frimpong, Kirkes, Valverde, Neves, Wirtz, Rodrigo. Pick the striker, Mark. That would be my rebuild thoughts. I mean, mate, if you've got, have you got the budgets as well? Because I don't see any issues with any of those players that you're looking to bring in. But we're never going to bring them in, mate. You've just spent about 800 million quid, to be honest with you. If laughing hurts, not a wise move watching United, says Lord McFred. And Mr. Starfish says, where were you yesterday? Last night, I was having surgery on my stomach. I've got 6 stitches. And, yeah, that's why I'll be sat down all stream. But, look, somebody, to be fair, Mrs. Goldbridge said, I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know why you're doing it. And I said, because I'd be bloody watching it anyway. And when my team and my fans are going to war, I'll be there with them. I'm going to watch this game anyway, and I'll be happier watching it with my kind of community and my kind of people. So look, I might not be even 6 out of 10 mobility-wise, and I might be pumped up on paracetamol, but I'm here. And if I can do that, then players can win. Nothing's going to stop us now. Starfish. Starship. Chat says, get well soon, hope you're good. The biggest problem thing is it's just where the stitches are. I've had stitches in my arm. I've not had them in my arse. I've had them in my arm. I've had them in my leg. I've had them on the shoulder. And they do hurt, but they're not, you can isolate the area. You can't isolate the middle of your stomach. It's just everything you do hurts when it's there. But anyway, as a Liverpool fan, good luck tonight, says The Only Way. You know what? I know there's a lot of fans that don't like Man United, and I get that. But from our point of view, our season's over. It's over. I haven't had my dick removed, and I'd have more than 6 inches if I did. 6 stitches, sorry. See, they know that's my weakness. Inches and stitches, I keep getting them mixed up. Statsu says, what happened with your stomach? Hi from Croatia. Honest answer, I had a mole removed. Quite a significant mole on my stomach, so I had to have it removed. So, sliced open, cut out, stitched up. So yeah, that's what's happened there. Warrior Bridge says Jackie, and I didn't get a tummy tuck. Do I look like someone I mean, I'm not being fattest, but do I look like someone that needs a tummy tuck? If anything, I need to eat more. What is our budget for the summer, says Mohammed? Last time I checked, I wasn't CEO of Manchester United, so I've got no idea. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for your super chats coming in. What are your thoughts on Taremi from Inter as experienced striker, says K1? We were linked to him a couple of years ago. Look at the pyrotechnics in the Stretford end. Wow, have you seen that? Pyrotechnics, absolutely incredible. I mean, there's only one shot. Come on, there's got to be more. Here we go, more, yeah. Bit smoky, to be honest. Can we have some more? The lights are sort of making it smoky. I think it would be better if the lights weren't shining through. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, we're going to win this. Eye the Tiger. I mean, one thing we haven't spoken about is Casemiro starting over Agate, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. I think that Casemiro starting the game, probably not a bad idea. I'd rather Casemiro start and Agate come on than Agate start and Casemiro come on and us be losing when Agate goes off. So I think that makes great. Mr. Polford says, how many people were sacked for the fireworks? I've got a feeling the Red Army paid for the fireworks. Actually, I don't think Man United paid for it. I think the Red Army, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Red Army footed the bill for that. Yeah, I very much doubt Man United paid for that, which is ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, I think the Red Army did. Evening, Goldbridge. What do we take away from tonight? Says JK. If the players don't turn up, they're more than capable of winning this. Look, my name is Michael Caine, and I know those players are going to turn up tonight because whatever we think as fans, and I'm on tenterhooks, what about as a player? Middle of March, your season's over. You've got to be a right unambitious, lazy sod to not want to win tonight, haven't you? The crowd are going to be up for it. This is the one. This is the one. And I don't, you know what? I'm not saying that, oh, you know, football's not, let me just be very clear on this. Football's not about turning up. Just because you turn up doesn't mean you win. Just because you turn up and try doesn't mean you're going to win. I mean, look at FA Cup games. I'm sure when Tamworth played Spurs, they turned up with everything they've got, but there was a skill gap and they lost. So turning up isn't going to be enough. You've got to be good enough. But what I think is that we're better than Sociedad. So if we turn up, we'll win. But in later rounds, turning up might not be enough. I'm not saying if we win this, we win the Europa League, because there's another 5 games after this. But you've got to get through this game. You've got to get through this game. Gusto on TikTok, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Bruno Masterclass, loading. Martin, I don't care who has a masterclass. I don't care whether it's Anana, Delo, Xerxes, Casemiro. I haven't got... I don't care. Cheeks, I don't know what video you're talking about, to be honest. So I can't make any comments on that. If the fans hate the owners so much, why not have the banner say Glazers Out or something? That's not just the badge of the club. I honestly, I don't know how that works, mate. I really don't. I think it's hard to sort of say that you can do that. I don't know whether you can go to Old Trafford and pull out a big massive I'll get there. A big massive Glazers Out thing. You might not be allowed. I don't know. So yeah, I'm not too sure how that works, to be honest. Players are ready to go here. Excited. Get excited. We can do it. Never had so much faith in a manager since Sir Alex in Amorim. I believe it's clear what he wants to do and why can't ex-players see that, says Ray. Yeah, as I said, I think there are some ex-players that don't see it. Would you be happy? I'll be happy if we win, mate. I think we should have won last week, and I'll be happy if we can win this one. Thanks for the follow, Kieran and Max. I'm just waiting for this game to start now. It's going to be Sociedad starting it. He gets ready with the timer. Come on, ref. Let's go. Big night for heaven, says Mini Brew. Well, will it be footballing heaven or will it be footballing hell? Going out certainly would not be a nice thing. Would you be happy if Casemiro, Rashford, Sancho, Lindelof, Eriksen, Mount, Shaw, Anthony leave this summer? And how many of them would be realistically gone, says Chikorito? Now is not the time, mate, but I would be comfortable with all of those players going, yes. Right, let's start the game quick. The crowd will be simmering. Make them boil. Make them boil. That's what you've got to do. My girlfriend said she could do with a few more stitches, says Lord McFred. I think we handle Leon, but Athletic worry me, says Stephen. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point, actually. Leon are 3-1 up against FCSB, so that would be our next game. But Roma are gone. Athletic Bilbao knocked them out. And Fenerbahce will probably play them. No, Rangers will probably play them. So, yeah, you're right. That will be it. Well, I'll tell you what, straight away, Sociedad on the attack. Not what we want to see, but well in by heaven. Nice and quick. Calm it fucking down, lads. Calm it down. Shane O'Connell says, I think the Stretford end thing is to not have the away team attacking into the fans in the second half of games. We don't have the mentality yet. Well, this is not a great start, is it? They're on the bloody attack again here, Sociedad. Calm the... What a shit start. And why is Xerxes whacking fucking balls like that? Why are we hitting 40-yard balls already from the edge of our own box? Get the bloody ball down and pass it. Why are we trying to transition 40 yards in the first 2 minutes of the game? Calm the hell down. Zubamendi audition, says Ray. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for your super chat. They're on the attack again. What the bloody hell are we doing? Terrible start. Terrible start. This is a bloody this is a Sociedad team that doesn't score many goals as well. Really bad start here from United. Right, early corner here. Is Terry in the garden, says Boyden? If you know, you know. Hi, Mark. Hope you're well. Let's go, gents, says Wesley. Zubamendi audition, says Ray. Not for us, mate. Right, corner to Sociedad. Headed away. Just keep the bloody ball, lads. Oh, no. Oh, well claimed by Anana then. Oh, here we go again. The fuck is this shit? What is this shit in the first 5 minutes? Can somebody explain it to me? I'm going to pull my stitches open in a minute. What the hell are we doing in the first 5 minutes at Old Trafford, hitting fucking long balls on the break to nobody? Hoofball. The bloody hell tactics is this? What pillock said this would be a good idea? We're at Old Trafford, the crowd are simmering, keep the ball, move it up the pitch, and maybe get a shot off. Don't start hitting fucking long balls. It's going long. It's going to go long again, look. Long to nobody again. Fuck off. Oh, they piss me off, you know. They really piss me off. Another long ball. How many long balls? That's about 4 or 5 long balls in the first 3.5 minutes. Oh, mate. Don't. I'm just going to take a deep breath here. Criminal. Absolute criminal start. That's better. That's better. Here we go. Garnacho. This is where we're better. Cross. Goal kick. Golpey's got it. Fine. That's better. Move it up the pitch and attack. Mike JBA was just gifted a membership. It's a good video. It's called Why Ruben Amorim Man United Isn't Working, and he explains why the players aren't able to play the system. Well, I don't need anyone to explain that to me, Jackie boy. It's football IQ, isn't it? We know that. But you know, you can't play. You got to play. to the strength. Here we go again. Is this Becker? I thought he looked good in the last 10 minutes of the last game. Sociedad have started off really well. They're playing really well. Right, Dorgu, don't hit it long. Oh, for God's sake. This is a terrible start. Not sure why we buy Anana. He goes long every time, says Cole. Well, apparently he was a ball-playing goalkeeper. Sociedad, De Ligt. What the hell are we up to here? Sociedad have got nothing to lose, says Bazu. Well, we'll be losing this game if we're not careful. This is a really bad start. Definitely the better team here, Sociedad at the start. Not at all confident now, says Jordan. Well, it's just the it's just a bad start, really, from United. A very bad start. I don't know why it says countdown to kick off. Sorry, normally somebody does that for me, but obviously not tonight. I'm my own producer. There we go. Midfield is crap, says Trezu. They're all asleep. Mark with no filter is going to be gold. Yeah, I am in pain already from stitches, and I've had quite a lot of painkillers. I'm mixing up stitches with inches, so I've had 6 inches, not stitches. I've already said that. Looking at a penalty here. Don't fucking do this to me. Oh, I can't. Mate, I've got a bloody hole in my stomach. I can't be doing with the penalty. I can't be doing with the bloody penalty. What? Are you talking out your arse? What? Yeah, no penalty. Piss off. Play on. Yeah, play on. No penalty. He's going. It's going to be a penalty then. Fucking hell. I haven't even seen the replay. They're going to give it. You're having a laugh. He's having a fucking laugh. What? Get out, you absolutely blue-socked cretin. He's wearing a Man City kit already. Where's the penalty? No, you can't give it from that angle. He's never getting the ball. Mate, that is not clear and obvious. Come on. Not from that angle. It's never a penalty, mate. Never in a million years. No, he might give it from that angle. He's going to give it. He's going to give it. That's never a penalty in the Prem. He's giving it. Bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. Total and utter bullshit. But you know what? It's been a shit start. Only got ourselves to blame. Only got ourselves to blame. De Ligt's in a position where he's got to make that tackle because we're playing fucking shit. Absolute bunch of cretins. I don't know how they have the balls to put a Man United shirt on, you know. Absolute subhuman shit. This is. What an absolutely shit start. Biggest game of our season. They've been absolutely crap. Knobheads. All the bloody go of roadkill. Motivated like a bloody fisherman's turd. 1-0. Yeah, Anana ain't saving a penalty. It's just a carrier bag in the wind. He ain't saving nothing. Even if he went the right way, the ball would go through him. What a shit start. What an absolute disgrace of a start. I'm not even going to moan about the penalty, you know. I'm not even going to moan about it. Absolutely shit start. How is this happening all the time? No motivation again. They are absolute pricks. They're not fit. They're not fit to wear the shirt. They are not fit to wear the shirt. Not fit to wear the shirt, this lot. How do you start a game where you're seeing... He's going long again, look. Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, I'm going to lose it. If we go out tonight, I'm going to lose it at these tactics. They are... It's almost like they're doing it on purpose. Oh, Goldbridge has got 6 inches in his stomach. Stick 6 stitches in his stomach. Let's try and make him tear them. Let's cause him loads of pain. Look, whether it's a penalty or not, can we have a grown-up conversation here? Whether it's a penalty or not, have we or have we not played absolutely criminal football in the first 10 minutes? It's atrocious. Absolutely fucking atrocious. Basics, long ball, not picking up the runners. It's atrocious. Parker says, Anana can't even save a PDF. Fimble says, if we score, it'll go up an inch. How can that possibly be a penalty? Delit is going for the ball before the forward sticks his foot out. Awful decision. I don't think it is a penalty, SRB, but it's an absolutely crap team. Joey says, hate watch is successful so far. That ref has given 13 penalties in 24 games, says Louis. Mr. Mortimer says, Delit is great, isn't he, Mark? Mate, you've probably never played football in your bloody life. As a centre-back, you've got to try and make that tackle. If you make, what do you want him to do? Not try and make the tackle, and then you'd say he's awful. Oh, here we go again. Garnacho cutting in and shooting like a fucking pillock. Oh, it's ridiculous. Here we go again. From fucking nowhere. Shooting again. Oh, I tell you what. It's just fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What a waste. Mate, have another shot. You're nowhere near the goal. Why? Oh, he's passed it. Oh, Garnacho's passed it this time. Cross comes in. Oh, should have scored. Dorgu on the back post. Right, they're going to defend now. Delit got booked as well, apparently. FIFA Beetle says, I'll be travelling from California to Dublin. Crazy part is I've never seen a United game outside the US, but I'm travelling for your show. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much. Here we go. Bruno, square it. Rasmus. He's missed. That's a penalty, surely. It's a penalty, surely. Yeah, fuck off, Sociedad. Go and suck your dad. That's an absolute joke. Get back. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. You can't have it one way and not the other. Yeah, Delit's there. Shove it up your arse. Penalty. Absolutely spot on. Have that. Have that, you bloody penalty merchants. Oh, it's all right when you get one, though, isn't it? Bruno's well onside. Kiss my arse. Bruno into Rasmus. He's onside. Yeah, definite penalty. 1-1. Get in. Suck on that. Werther's original. Or was it a penalty? Yeah, definitely a penalty. Clear. That's more of a clear one than Delit. Justice. We want justice. Justice, justice, justice. I say. Yes, well done, Rasmus. Right, come on. It's amazing. How does a Yazabel sleep at night? He must have a pint of Horlicks. How does he sleep at night, a Yazabel? He's actually moaning about it being a penalty when the jam he gets just had one himself the other end. How can it be a penalty? It should be a red card. No attempt to win the ball. You know what? Honestly, can I really be honest? I don't think either of them are penalties in my book, but you can't have one without the other. Nathan, I can't stand up. I've got 6 fucking stitches in my chest. How many times? Garnacho thinks he's Yamal with those shots, says Nudes. What a ball from Casemiro, says Chiri. This game's crazy, says Mamba. Absolute cinema, says Roscoe. Garnacho's my favourite player, but he needs to learn to play. I like Garnacho, Louis, but I cannot stand what he's doing. Bruno, come on. You know what to do. Get in. Get in. 1-1. Don't boot the ball. You'll get booked, you prat. Mate, don't be booting the ball in the crowd with this ref. He'll book you. He'll book you, you bloody idiots. Emotions going... What? Justice. Justice. That's what I want. I can't believe Yazabel had the cheek to try and say it wasn't a penalty. Yeah, it wouldn't be a red card because it would be double jeopardy. He's got to make no attempt to play the ball, and he did. So yeah, what a ball! Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. I know it's very early to judge Amorim, but from what we've seen, if he's this stubborn with tactics, will we always be buying players until they suit the system, and will he improve on transfers and scouts? Says Martin. Mate, you know what? Højlund should have took the penalty, says Ali. No, definitely Bruno. 1-1. I tell you what, fasten your bloody seatbelts. It's been a cagey start here from both teams, but very important we get back into the game as quick as that. And it's funny how we create chances when we try and be creative in the final third, isn't it? Like, hopefully we'll get a bit of confidence going now because the midfield's getting run through. That's the big problem. Midfield is run through here. Get Agate on. Are really struggling with that. Diddy says it's never a penalty. Mate, don't care. Don't care what you say. Because they're almost identical. So it's either no penalty for both or a penalty for both. Melly and Sean, thanks for the follow. Good hold-up play by Rasmus, but goes out for a throw-in. Chiri says neither's a penalty in my opinion. I completely agree, mate. I completely agree. Who's next if we win? Let's not talk about that, David. It'd probably be Leon, though. I do love your streams. Keep it up, pal, says Mr. Mortimer. Amorim has done well with the selections he has had, says Payne. Look, this is not Amorim ball, the way we've played in this game anyway. Well done, Rasmus. That should be a foul as well. Oh. Good tackle, Dorgu. Watch out, Bruno. Is it mad that I'm saying I miss Maguire, says Jahid. And Manikan says, the ref is clueless, soft penalties, so just dive whenever you can. But there might be more. I want us to just get the ball like this and pass the ball. We're so much better when we pass the ball. I mean, another long ball. Stop the long balls, Scott. Welcome to the Members Club. I know you're not doing the long balls. Xerxes. Bruno, go wide. Oh, keeper in trouble, but punches it away. We're so much better when we don't hoof it. And Rasmus is down here. Could be another penalty. Imagine if it is. I do think the goalkeeper got a punch on it, so I don't think it'll be another penalty, but keep an eye out. No, yeah, he punches the ball and then he punches Rasmus. Yeah, definitely not going to be a penalty, that one. Kenzo says, get well soon, Mark. Hope you don't pop the stitches with the stress we are about to endure. Must win for any type of confidence, as Kenzo. Bartley says, who's going to win the Champions League? I'm not actually that bothered, you know. I think Barcelona, though. I think we play the long ball. Here we go. Rasmus down the channel. Does well. Needs a cut back. What? This ref is shit. This ref is absolute shit. He is absolute shite. I mean, how this is a foul by Rasmus, I'll never fucking know. Where's the foul? He is absolutely dreadful. He's actually telling Rasmus off for that. Oh yeah, mate. Oh, I've cut my lip. Oh, it must be a fucking yellow card. Having a bloody laugh. He's a shambles. He's an absolute shambles. We're not getting far if we win like this, says Espen. Lauren, welcome to the Members Club. Cola, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badges in. And Patrick Lynch says, I think we play the long ball so much because we don't have the mobility in the midfield and players are technically deficient in keeping possession. You're probably right, Patrick. Xerxes and Rasmus looking like they're linking up well today. KM10, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Rasmus is scoring today. Kian, I agree with you. Ref should have played on there. Oh, fuck. Daniel says he's bleeding. Oh, yeah. Because if you bleed on a football pitch, it must be a foul. It's a contact sport, mate. It's not a foul. That's not... Just because you've got a bleeding mouth doesn't mean it's a foul. Up the Villa. What's your thoughts on Villa? Says Ranveer. I think you're doing quite well, but I think it's going to be difficult to maintain a top 5 fight and do well in the Champions League. But, I'd love Villa to win it. "22 minutes gone. It feels like we've had 40. Mark, hope you're feeling better. Take care, says Mojo. Thanks, pal. It's a ref show already. We cannot let him decide the match. No, we've got to be very careful. I'm more worried about Sociedad than I thought I would be. I think they've actually started off very well. It's a very equal game at the moment. And that surprises me because I thought that our lovely play by Rasmus again. His link-up play has been really good. Lovely pass by Xerxes. Bruno, for fuck's sake, why ignore it? Why did he ignore that then on the right-hand side? Dorgu. That's why. Lay it off. Garnacho again. Pass. Pass. Why won't he pass to Bruno there? Why does he not pass there? There. And then he shoots on his left foot. There's no power in it. We will never progress as a team when we've got individuals playing for themselves. Elliot says there's Muppets in the chat. Get some red wine down your mark, says Mark G. I'd love to. I'll wait till tomorrow. Espen said he bit himself. That's why he's bleeding. Oyland is playing. Now he needs to bang one in, says Manny. He's playing well. My birthday today, says Omar. My cancer is in remission. Now I know it is a Man United win. That's great news, mate. Happy birthday, and let's hope we can get a Man United win. Isaac says, have you got stitches? I've got 6 in my stomach. Yeah. Bruno. Xerxes. United shouting for a handball. You might get it in Europe. I'd give Bruno one of my kidneys, says Harry, if he asked me. No doubt about it. Also, I hate Robbie Savage more than going to the in-laws, and that's saying something. Thanks, Harry. Dorgu should not be shooting from there. We know what we need to do. Stop shooting from stupid places. It's really, really, really irritating. Garnacho's doing his best Anthony impression, says Uncle Drew. No, it's not handball. No way. Paris Parser says, constantly complaining about shots. It's called opinion, mate. If you think Garnacho was right to shoot, then that's up to you. But he could have laid it off to Bruno, who was in a better position to shoot. So as a coach, I would say, why didn't you lay it off? I'm pressed with heaven, Mark, says Tom B. Looks promising. It sounds like, you know what, Tom? I know who you're talking about, but you could read it that you've just died. Tom B. Impressed with heaven. Looks promising. It's nice to have a left-footed player on the left. No, he is doing well, Cola. Where will Man United finish in the Champions League group stage? As MH. There isn't a group stage anymore. Breaking news. Well, it's Sociedad technically very good here. It's a good game. It's a thin ice game. I've played the game. I've bloody played the game. I've played it. I've played the game. Oh, God. Come on, lads. Get that tempo up. You've got to pump it up. Come on. 2 penalties. 1-1. 2-2 on aggregate. Both Sociedad goals have been penalties. What do you think about those tomatoes? They don't score many goals in La Liga. They've got 2 goals here. And both penalties. Right, come on, let's just... If we keep the ball down on the ground, we'll win this. Simple as that. Oh, Casemiro. There we go. Anana booting it out of play. Oh, it's a mess. Ends up with a corner. It's a bloody mess. You know what? He officially is not a ball-playing goalkeeper, is he? It's just not a ball-playing goalkeeper. I'll put my hands up and say I got scammed as well. I genuinely thought he was a ball-playing goalkeeper. Romero is easily one of the top goalkeepers in Europe. Big numbers. We need to push forward early. Could you check out Castro from Bologna? He's a striker, says Sahil. Not at the moment, mate. To be fair, we've come back into it well. Come on, United, says Daniel. Don't like how multiple Sociedad players contesting every free kick and the ref is weak. Need to be careful, says Sean M. We need to get the next goal. Casemiro's so bloody slow, isn't he? He was so slow into that tackle. He was actually tackling Declan Rice from last week. Where will Man United... Yeah, done that one. That is a real problem in the midfield. We've got a real lack of pace. Who's in front in the Ballon d'Or race, says Nate. I think Rafinha at the moment looks good for it. If Barca win the league. I just don't think Bruno will ever be a number 8. I think he has to be. Spurs have scored. I think he has to be at the moment. Casemiro worse than McTominay, and that's from Frank. Mark, not only is he not a ball-playing goalkeeper, he's not a shot stopper, so what is he? That's from Constantine. We are crap and deserve it for sacking another manager who's silverware with the same players. We deserve this, says Edward. I don't think we're playing particularly well in this first 28 minutes. I think it's a nervy game. We're hitting too many long balls. There's not a lot of control. The midfield is getting run through. It's a shame because I think Xerxes and Rasmus look lively, but I mean, Delo's not been in the game at all, has he? I haven't even noticed Delo. Garnacho's looked greedy again. Dorgu's finding his feet. Casemiro's just not got the legs. Bruno, I don't think, is a number 8. Here we go. Use the pass it now. Delo, go back to Mazraoui. Mazraoui. Now Casemiro, he's made the move. Right. Yeah. Dorgu. Push wide, Dorgu. Go to Dorgu. Now go to Dorgu. No, too late. Come back inside. Casemiro, look at Rasmus. He'd made the run. Too late. Dorgu. Xerxes. Lovely play. Xerxes. Pass it. He can't believe it, Rasmus. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. I don't know whether it's bad luck or a bad miss. It's brilliant by Xerxes. There would have been an offside in the build-up. Yeah, Dorgu would have been offside, but brilliant play by Xerxes. Yeah, he should have scored, but he was offside. He was offside. Dorgu. Oh, dear. I'd hook Garnacho and Casemiro for Agate and Collier and move Bruno to 10, says Emily Derry. Mark, I think one of the main problems with our team is that we just don't have enough players that show and want the ball. Therefore, long ball, says Robert. Visiting Old Trafford from the States for the first time in May. Excited to see Old Trafford before Glinios tear it down. Cheers to 5 years of United Stand membership, says Sean. Thank you very much. Bad Man says, Casemiro is hiding in the midfield like Scooby-Doo. I'm hoping for a win tonight, says Io. Wish you quick recovery. Thank you, pal. And Lucas says, we need Agate in the second half. Casemiro and Bruno are getting overrun, and that will get worse as the game goes on. Thoughts on Pogba returning, says Mohammed. I don't see it happening. Cross into the box. Well done, Delit. Mark, I think one of the main problems with our team is that we just don't have enough players that show and want the ball. Therefore, long ball, says Robert. Isabella, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. Thank you, Emily Derry, as well. 1-1 at the moment. Ellis. Thanks everyone who's tuning in on TikTok as well. Give us a follow if you're on there. Is Dorgu another bad signing, says Costa? Mate, he's a 20-year-old who hasn't played much football in the Premier League and is going to take time to adjust. And I was saying this afternoon. We've been linked to a 19-year-old centre-back from Fenerbahce. And, you know, it seems to me like United are going to try and buy themselves 5 years building a stadium by buying young players and saying be patient. But it won't work. No one's going to be patient. You can be patient on paper, but you can't be patient in reality when you're losing games and getting beat. Good block. Where are we? This is some. I tell you what, I agree with Emily. I'm not saying it needs to be Garnacho and Casemiro, but you'd be looking to sub off some of these players. It's been absolutely shit. Xerxes a baller, says 1 Inch Wonder. Yeah, I think Xerxes had a really good start to the game. Get him on the ball. I actually think Rasmus has looked more lively than he has done. I know he missed that chance, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. But I think Rasmus looks livelier than he has done in weeks. But, you know, the problem is, where Xerxes and Rasmus are, you've got to get them on the ball. Do you like Kubo? I do. I do. RW9, thank you for the follow. We've got to win it in 90. Don't trust our goalkeeper on penalties. No. I'd say we're out on penalties, Truck. I agree. Long way to go. Agate for Casemiro at half-time. Højlund, Xerxes and Dorgu are playing well, says Red Devil Germany. I mean, what's that from Bruno? The amount of time... You know what? They must love playing against us, because say what you like about Spanish football, but they don't... They're not wasteful with the ball, and we are so bloody wasteful. Long, stupid balls to nobody. Just got out of work. How's it going, says Brian. A frenetic start. They got a penalty, soft penalty. Thankfully, we got a soft penalty very, very quickly afterwards. Oh, my God. Where's the communication there? Dorgu and Casemiro going for the same ball. And Dorgu ends up heading it to where Casemiro was and not is. Stephen, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. Good to see us being more confident on the ball, says Humphrey. I'm not happy with how we've been on the ball. Another long ball by Anana to nobody. Free kick. Well done, Rasmus. Who is better long-term prospect, Xerxes or Rasmus, says Zico? They play in completely different positions, mate. Like Xerxes up front doesn't work. Rasmus as a 10 wouldn't work. So actually, I don't see them as exclusive. I mean, that is a foul, by the way. United should sign 17-year-old from Olympiakos. He's the talk of the town in Greece, says Dan. Musso? I can't really pronounce that, mate. KR and Matthew, thanks for the follow. Who would you sign realistically, Marks? Holder says, I haven't got a clue, mate. Honestly, I'm not even thinking about signings tonight. We've just got to win this game. Such an important game for United. Garnacho's been horrible, says Fat. Sancho. Casemiro is tidier in our midfield and keeps the ball. He might be slow, but he's definitely smarter. His pass led to the penalty. It's not enough, though, the K-Stone. I know what you're saying. He's not completely useless, but We haven't got hold of the midfield, and he hasn't got the legs. We missed the real Casemiro, is what I'm saying. Graham, thank you for gifting a membership. Garnacho makes a slide tackle and gestures to the crowd. I'd rather he just passed instead of shooting. Leo, what was stupid about somehow saying Onana isn't a ball-playing goalkeeper or a shot stopper? Are you slow? Says Lisa Reynolds. And hi, Mark, I agree. Rasmus doing well so far to put himself in dangerous position. The effort is there, says Camden. Dan Balls, thank you very much. Dan Ballas, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Apparently we're linked to Schneider and Gaetan, says David. Vidal as well. Ash Young says, absolute hero, doing a full day of streams today, Mark. Speedy recovery, come on United. Thank you very much, pal. Hope you're doing well yourself. Dorgu caught in possession there. It's not a great ball by Heaven. I mean, there is one thing I would say, actually, that has just occurred to me. Is it dangerous having Dorgu and Heaven on that side together? They're both very young. You know, fair play. Amorim thinks they're ready, but it is quite an inexperienced left-hand side in a game of this magnitude. The defence and attack ain't the problem. It's the midfield. There's no retreat, no agenda. Bodo Glemp went through today. That's huge, says Such. Try hard. Yeah, I mean, Athletic went through. Athletic Bilbao went through against Roma. Eintracht Frankfurt went through against Ajax. Bodo Glimt went through against Olympiacos. And Lazio went through against Victoria Plzen. Spurs are 1-0 up at the moment to their level as well. Joe says Højlund will come good, 100%. I think on today's performance so far, I can see it. Oh, come on. Well done, Casemiro, there. Well done, Bruno. Right, pass. Pass it to Casemiro. He's ahead of you. Come on, Garnacho. Far post. He's having a stinker so far. An absolute stinker. You know why he's having a stinker? Do you know why he's having a stinker? Because he won't pass. It's the Garnacho show tonight. It's the first time I've seen him do it. Right, come on, here we go again. Pass the ball. Delo. Delo. Garnacho. Oh, good defending. Corner. Better. Garnacho doesn't need to get sold. He just needs to bloody pass. He's got all the talent in the world. But sometimes he's just very greedy. Very frustrating, like Shane says. Arsenal fans on Zubimendi, watch. He looks decent, says Aiden. Watch your headline tomorrow if we lose. Game over, Gerson, I suppose. I believe we'll come good under Amorim, says Mark. Holder. Dorgu passing isn't great because he only has one eye on the game. He got the penguin. What, Brandon? I don't know what that's all about. Right. Corner to United. KJM says, get Bonnie Blue on the coaching staff. She could get these players, she can teach these players about getting balls in the box. Went for a funny corner routine there. Sort of chip to the edge of the box. Dorgu on the volley. Doesn't really connect. Look, on this form tonight, I wouldn't say we've got a cat and mouse chance of winning the Euros. We've got no chance of winning the Euros. I wouldn't say we've got a cat and mouse chance of winning this tournament, but we can't be going out this early. Stats are there. Trying to get Rasmus in. We've got nothing on the bench if you want to make any attacking changes, by the way. Dorgu just keeps giving the ball away. Free kick. Tom says give Xerxes some credit, Mark. I'm literally just giving him credit. I've said he's probably our best player on the pitch. Mate, if you want to give Xerxes credit, knock one out. Put a tweet out. I'll tell you what, I'll do the show I want to do it. And I've already spoken about him being the best player on the pitch at the moment. So, you know, I'm not a bloody penguin or a seal. I don't perform for what you want to perform. I've already said he's the best player on the pitch. Do you think they will sell Garnacho in the summer, says Isabella? I think anything is possible, really. Free kick, Bruno. Chance to ping it into the back post. What the fucking hell was that? If I speak. Taking the piss, that is. I mean, all I would say is this is meant to be our season in a game. And if we go out, I'm going to lose it at the selfish attitude of so many of our attackers tonight. Xerxes and Rasmus need the ball. And how many other players think it's their show? Oh, I'm going to shoot from stupid places. We've got too many egos in that team who want to make it about them. Play as a team and you'll win the game. This version of Xerxes every week would be great, says 1 Inch Wonder. Love the way Xerxes moves through the midfield, says Tom. Thank you very much. If Man United lose tonight, where do they go from there, especially with the financial situation, says Manic. It will be very difficult. Jahid says we need more crosses. Every time goalkeeper passes long, we lose the ball, says the Fiend. What's the stats, Mark? I have got the stats. I think they are literally going up on the screen now. Oh, God. Anana's passing out from the back. Another shit long ball. Lovely ball by Bruno. Drive, Dorgu. Drive like the wind. Wait for Rasmus. Again, the left back fancies a shot. You know, your striker's on the left-hand side in a better position. But I tell you what, I'll take the shot. I mean, I don't understand the mentality of some of these players that there's a better pass and I'll go for the glory. I don't understand it. We're never going to progress as a team if we're going to be selfish on the ball. The stats I was going to have a quick look at. If we spent 100 million, who would it be, says Mark? I'm not talking about transfers, mate. Talk amongst yourself. I'm not talking about transfers. I've got absolutely no idea what is available, what our budget is. And to be honest with you, I couldn't give a toss. I'm very heavily engaged in this game, and that's all that matters. Next season, will Ahmad be out wide or number 10, says Harvey? Let's wait and see. Are we trying to win the game or the Puskas Award, says Khalil? Brilliant. Absolutely love it. I'm nicking that. So true. If you know, you know. It's so true. Well done, Khalil. We were selfish on the ball under Ten Hag as well. Yeah, it's not tactical, Steve. It's definitely not tactical. It's the player It's ego. It's ego. You know, you can tell them to do things as a coach, but on the pitch, you can't stop them doing something. I've not had a vasectomy, Mike. I don't know why people are talking about that. I swear our team thinks they're in blue lock, the enemy. Over my head, David, but somebody probably got it. Here's Dorgu. 4 minutes of added time. I tell you what, the only thing about this game is the clock is going quick, and I just do worry about us conceding next or not scoring and going into extra time and penalties, because Sociedad's keeper is better baller than Onana, says Bennett. Well, I think he's a better player than Onana anyway. Most disappointing player this game, first half, says Gerson. Bruno or Casemiro, or I mean, Dalot's not been in the game. Garnacho as well. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few. The three centre backs have done well. Dorgu probably a little bit below par. Dalot's not even in the game at all. Garnacho's been disappointing. Casemiro and Bruno have struggled to get hold of the midfield. I think Xerxes and Rasmus, when we've got them the ball, have been good. I see no difference between Malacia and Dorgu so far, says Faris. I do. One of them's in his mid-20s and, you know, lovely ball into Bruno. Mate, what pass do you think you were playing to Rasmus there? I love players like that who fuck up a pass and then want to blame it on somebody else. On what planet is Rasmus going to make 10 yards and get there before the goalkeeper? What Bruno should have done there is take it down and shoot. Good ball by Casemiro. Jake says, why is there so many questions about transfers tonight? I don't know, Jake. We don't get this many questions about transfers on a morning show when we're talking about transfers. Go on, Garnacho. Bit of pressure. No. Casemiro's not having a good game. It's just the Casemiro fan club in the chat. He's good at passing, but he's got absolutely no legs defensively. Once again, we need to simplify our game. Hold on, Sociedad on the attack. Oh, here we go. Don't do the bloody head tennis again. Good block, Casemiro. It's going to go for a corner. Once again, we need to simplify our game. Simple pass, early cross, play it first time, play as a team. We can get at them then, says Patrick. Red Devil Germany says, calm down. We're selfish, but we also look better tonight than the previous game. Mate, what game are you watching? Seriously, what game are you watching? I was much happier with how we played in Sociedad to this. I'm not saying we're playing shit, but they're in this game way more than they were. Way more than they were. I don't think they did nothing until the penalty in Spain. I'm not comfortable in this game as much as I was in Spain. I think this is a closer game, mate. Watch your video from last video where you talked about 7 players that are set to go in the summer. Do you actually think United will be able to sell all in your opinion, says James? Yeah, this is a weird show. Sorry about this. Getting lots of super chats about transfers. I don't know. Does it say Man United versus Real Sociedad, or does it say transfer deadline day? I don't really want to talk about transfers, and I don't really know what we're going to do in the transfer window, is the honest answer. Tom says it would be fitting for us to get bounced from the tournament right after announcing the stadium. I do not trust these players when it matters, says Tom. And Jason says Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim should be fining people for taking stupid shots. Well, it's going to be 1-1 at half-time because the goalkeeper's just about, well, that is half-time. So what are your thoughts at half-time? Manchester United 1, Real Sociedad 1, 2-2 on aggregate. I think taking the positives that you have to try and take in life. I think taking the positives, equalising so quickly, really important, because that penalty for them was soft, but it's obviously put us behind. Slow Sports News. And I just feel that we could have been in a really dodgy situation if, well, look at it. if we hadn't have equalised with the penalty, we'd be 1-0 down at half-time and we'd be shitting ourselves. So I think the equaliser happening when it did was really good. I think Sociedad have been much better in this game, certainly in the first half, than they were in the first half in Spain. They're worrying me a little bit because they do look a lot more up for it. I'm hoping that in the second half they'll start to tire a little bit because I think they purposely did try and get at us in that first half. But very equal game, as you can see from the stats. My big issue with United is quite simply, again, their basics. The inability at times to play the right pass, the over-reliance on hitting a long ball when we don't need to. And yet again, 3 or 4 players have taken shots where there was a pass on. So these are things that you can put down to ego, inexperience, selfishness, whatever. But in a game of this magnitude, if you want to actually win games like this and win tournaments like this, you've got to play as a team. Now, I look at that side and I go, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Heaven, doing good. I want more out of Dorgu and Delo. Bruno and Casemiro, I want more, if I'm being honest. I think Casemiro's been good on the ball, but are we in control of that midfield at Old Trafford? No. Xerxes, man of the match. Garnacho needs to do a hell of a lot better. Rasmus looks better, but, you know, he is the striker in the team. We need to be getting some service into him. So I think at the moment, I'm on tenterhooks. At the moment, I'm sort of like... Sprite, thanks for the follow on TikTok. I'm sort of like, at the moment, probably less confident at halftime than I was before the game started because this is a flip of the coin game. And what I hoped we were going to see was Man United just being a little bit more control. If I was making any changes, I would be looking at Collier and Agate and going, I need some more legs in that midfield. He can't sub Garnacho, he can't sub Rasmus, and he can't sub Xerxes because we haven't got anybody. Can't really sub Delo or Xerxes either, Delo or Dorgu either. So there's not really a lot we can do substitute-wise, but the midfield is the area I would be looking at because we do need some more control in there. But having said all that, if we looked after the ball a little bit better and we stopped shooting from stupid places and played the extra pass, I think we could get in front. So I think we've just got to be a little bit more composed. But it must be so difficult for Amorim because he will see the things that you see. He will see the things that I see. And what I see is just a little bit more control, a little bit more composure, and we can win this game. We have to win the game. Half of it's gone. If this goes to penalties, this goalkeeper is better than our goalkeeper at penalties. So we've got to get in front here. And I think if we get in front, they're going to have to open up, and that will give us more space. At the moment, it's all about the next goal, really. What would you do with Bruno? Look, Bruno is a bit like Garnacho for me. I think it's the whole... They feel that they've got to be the guy. They feel that they've got to be the guy and they've got to push the envelope. And Bruno's always been like that. And you should praise him for that. And he's the best captain that we have. And he's the most important player that we have. Is he having a good game? No, because I think he's trying to do it too soon. Sometimes with Bruno, I think we all know he needs to just dial it down a little bit and play the simple pass. Like that free kick at the end where he's trying to shoot from 40 yards against the decent keeper. You know, you're going to try that 50 times and you might not score any of them. So why are you doing it in a game like this? Just got to not slow it down, simplify it. I don't want us to slow it down, just simplify it a little bit. Lots of people arguing on TikTok about Casemiro. Look, I don't want to individualise it about Casemiro or Bruno because I think they're both good enough to play better in the second half. I would say it's not really individual. It's just the midfield is not... We're not controlling the game in the midfield. And at Old Trafford, at home, I'd want a little bit more control. Having said that, Agate's not fit. Mainu's not fit. Collier's only just coming back from injury. What else are you going to do in the midfield? I'd rather go Bruno and Casemiro than Eriksen. So, can you transfer me a tenner, says Richard. Was the announcement about the stadium a tactic to get fans to stop thinking about transfers and how bad the club is being run, says Ethan. Well, you'd never know that tonight, mate, because we've never had so many super chats about transfers. Put Bruno into the 10 and Agate into the 6, says Jordan. Look, whether you like it or not, I don't think Bruno's a number 8. Sorry, I don't think Bruno's a holding midfielder, but I think that's what Amorim is going to do with him. So I don't think we'll see Bruno coming out of the midfield any point in the future. Should anyone get the hairdryer treatment at half time, says Nicola? I'd collectively have a bit of a moan about the shooting and the long balls, but if they can simplify that, it'd be all right. Should any Heaven playing really well, but just needs to put a bit more on his passes. A few times they're just slowing down, says Josh. I mean, he's a kid, isn't he? Yeah. Hope you're well, Mark. Wish you all the best, says Timo. Thank you very much, Timo. Wish you a speedy recovery, says Tiago. Thank you very much. It's almost as if the players don't want to be in Europe, says Jahid. Pathetic long balls, no quality in the passing, giving the ball away. Selfish Garnacho is the worst, says Jahid. Heaven has impressed me a lot, says Jace. And how does Bruno or any other experienced player not correct the squad and say, hey, we need to stay calm and make good plays? Such a shambles, says Gerson. Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on. I think it's just about a little bit of experience, calm it down a little bit. But when the captain's not calming it down either, it becomes a bit of a problem. Zorro says Bruno slander channel. Mate, I'd just jog on. Like, you're not intelligent enough to be here. I'm a massive fan of Bruno Fernandes, and this channel's been going for 10 years. And when we missed out on Bruno in the summer, I was absolutely gutted. I really like Bruno. Don't massively like him in the midfield. And I think sometimes he has games where he just starts trying too hard. Bruno's not getting subbed off. I'm not saying sub Bruno. No one's saying sub Bruno. I just think as the captain of the team, we're a little bit disorganised. And I just would like him to just calm things down a little bit. That's all. Bumble, welcome to the members. We all know Bruno. He'll fucking score a free kick or create a goal in the second half. He created the penalty. Just, we're that close. We're that close. We're 1-1 and it's on a knife edge and we're being wasteful with the ball. So if we stop being wasteful with the ball, we'll win the game. Does anyone in United actually talk to Garnacho about always shooting, says James. Thank you very much. And Jack, thanks for the follow. Ibrahim, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely penalty by Bruno, by the way. Let's not forget he scored that. Is Scholes on the gear, says Morsey. I don't know what he said. Can we just start next season, says Mark Holder. You just want to talk about bloody transfers. United playing like they're allergic to good football. At least Xerxes and Hoyland didn't get the memo, says Jason. It's great to see under Amorim's leadership we've uncovered 2 impressive talents, Dorgo and Heaven, who were virtually unknown. If we keep this momentum going, the next few years will be exciting, says Smoggy. Dorgo is a workhorse. He needs to calm down with the shooting, though. Heaven and Xerxes are unreal tonight, says John. Garnacho off, Bruno in the 10, Agate in the midfield, says Kez. Moyes wins this game. Well, Moyes ain't managing this football club again, ever, Sam. Don't mention that name in here. I don't know what's worse, Amorim not telling them to not hit long balls or him telling them and they simply ignore him, says Dimitri. Rashid, thank you very much for your super chat as well. Appreciate that. We will be coming up with the second half very soon. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok. You are legends. And please do subscribe if you are on YouTube. We are heading towards 50,000 subscribers. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the United Stand. It's live for every match. I've got Leicester at the weekend. But also every morning at 10 o'clock with the news show, every evening at 8 o'clock as well. So get involved with the channel. You're very, very welcome. Looking forward to that. Don't forget player ratings after the game as well. You can vote for every player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. All you got to do to that is register on our website. Click the link in the video description. Confirm your email. You'll get a verification and then you're in forever. And then every week you can just click the link and you'll be doing your player ratings. It's as simple as that. Also, if you want to do that through scanning a QR code, that is on the screen for you now. Just scan the QR code, get yourself registered. My man of the match for the half would be Xerxes. Jacob said Xerxes is one of my favourites recently. He has been ridiculously consistent. I do think Bruno has looked a lot better tonight. He looks like he's in the mood. He looks like he's confident. Wish he'd lost for a long time. So, yeah. But look, ultimately, Xerxes, Rasmus, you've got to get the ball to them. And we're not going to get the ball to them if we're shooting and hitting long balls. Heavens played very well. I'm a chef in Vienna and I lost the food for 2 tables while watching the penalties. Come on, United, we can win, says Christian. Hope you don't get any complaints there. Johnny says, too many long balls and silly shots. Heaven and Xerxes playing well. Garnacho, Delo and Dorgu need to do better. It's decent, but needs to be better. Very, very well analysed there, Johnny. Ebbs, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Garnacho has only taken 2 shots and one of them was a good shot. Why is everyone saying he's shooting too much? Well, it's too much. You said 2 shots. I'm saying it's too much. Both of them were not positions to shoot. He should have passed. It's too many when it's 1-1 in a game like this, mate. What if he'd passed it twice and we'd scored? Be 3-1 up. Now, we wouldn't be 3-1 up because we wouldn't have scored from both. But, mate, just because he's had... I mean, for me, as a coach, that's too many times. Like, we've not had any really big chances in this game. You know, Anthony was doing this. Rashford was doing this. It needs to stop. As a wide winger for Manchester United, you shoot when it's on, but you pass when it's not. Simple as that. Simplify your game. We're 14th in the league. We're heading out of the Europa League. Simplify your bloody game. We're not Real Madrid. Garnacho like Rashford, cut inside and shoot, says King. Loving the bounce back from United, says Tom. Kays, welcome to the Members Club. Jarvict says, get well soon, Mark. You're a legend. Let's hope for another exciting half. United all the way. Client journalism guys for Rasmus by Mark, says Ronnie. Mark, Ronnie, this is getting really boring. You know, what does it feel like to be a sheep? Like you're listening to people making stuff up and you've just exposed yourself for it. I think Rasmus tonight has had a better game than he's had for weeks because for the last few weeks, he's been getting 4 or 5 out of 10 from me. So what is this? You know, you're trying to gaslight me into not saying Rasmus has had a decent 45 minutes because I did an interview with him over a year ago. Grow up. Like, anybody who's been on this channel knows I've given him 4 and 5 for the last 2 months. That first 45 minutes is the best I've seen him in weeks. But you can't say that because apparently it means you play FC. I mean, the mentality of some of our fans is incredible. They just want to see the world burn, don't they? You know, I actually think you'll be celebrating tomorrow if we get knocked out, wouldn't you? Oscarson, score a worldie, says L7. United playing like they're allergic to good football, says Jason. I think we did that one as well. Just before we go back to the game, let me just remind you that we are sponsored by Crossplay. Very exciting if you're watching on YouTube. Links in the video description, or you can scan the QR code in a minute. Every Tuesday, the game resets. You can play in my league. It's 9 game outcomes that you pick, and you score points by the crosses on it. So pick a team that you think is going to be the right result in the middle. Pick another 8 around it. You score points by doing rows, so crossplay, diagonals, a bit like noughts and crosses, etc. If you get a full house, you're going to do well. Links in the description. Get on the app. You can win real cash by playing the game, and it's free to play. You just got to be over 18. Lots of fun to be had on it. Give it a go. And another just aspect to the weekly football love-in where you can play something else. Scan the QR code there or go through the link in the description. Thank you very much to BetDAC. Did we 65 million for 6 out of 10s, says Harvey Spectre. Mark, mate, Harvey, it's not the transfer window. We're half-time in the Europa League, and if we lose, our season is over. Not disagreeing with you about chats about who needs to be sold and bought, but right here at half-time at Old Trafford, what's the point in shipping people out or saying sell the player? I don't even understand how your brain works. Like, you might not want Garnacho to stay. You might not want Casemiro to stay. But what's the relevancy of that conversation at half-time in a season-defining game? Do you support Man United, or do you just want to see the world burn and be proven right? Like, I selfishly do not want to wake up tomorrow and be out of Europe with the season over on March the fucking 14th. I don't care who scores the goals. I've got nothing against any player. I don't care if Onana boots it from his own fucking goal line and it goes in the top corner and we go through. I just want Man United to win, mate. I don't and never will understand the negativity. Right, second half's about to start. Let's get ready to rumble. Why is the... just noticed something. Why is the ticker not working? There we go. We need Pogboom. No, we don't. Not even fit, mate. Let's live in the real world. Lovely play by Xerxes again. His feet are like something that's majestic. Garnacho like have done that one. How about this? Come on, United, we can do this. That's what I want, Mr. Mortimer. That's what I want. Garnacho reminds me of Nani, says Annie. I'm sure Bilbao probably would give us a good game. That was actually a decent cross by Delo. Better start. Harvey says, you're right. Positivity. Xerxes overhead inbound. That's what we want, Harvey. That's what we want. You're absolutely spot on. There's plenty of conversations to have about Rasmus, Casemiro, Garnacho, whoever you want. But it's not for now. We just need to, selfishly for ourselves, keep this season alive. Here's Garnacho. Don't shoot. Doesn't shoot. Bruno, terrible cross. Win the second ball. Well done, Dorgu. Go wide. Delit. All these crosses always find a Sociedad player. Just need that 1-1 to find a red shirt. Calm it down. This is a better start. Lovely play by Mazraoui. Xerxes, one-touch passing. Garnacho. Go to Delo. Go to Delo. Delo. 5 minutes ago, Delo. Right, here we go. Into Xerxes' feet. Nice little layoff. Bruno lays it off. What a goal! Oh, what a bit of play. That's a penalty. Mate, that's a penalty. Yes. Oh, Miss Stitches. Get away from the ref. That was brilliant play by Manchester United. That was absolutely tears in my eyes. That was tears in my eyes. Bruno, Xerxes, Rasmus, Xerxes. Brilliant play. And it led to a penalty. It was absolutely brilliant. It's a stone waller on Dorgu as well. Absolute stone waller. But that was brilliant play. Bruno, Xerxes, Rasmus, Xerxes. Brilliant. And then it led to that. Best bit of play of the game. And it ends up with us getting a penalty as well. Mr. Salty says, not a penalty. You are bloody salty. Can taste you from here. Definite penalty. With this referee, it's probably a red card as well. You know that bit of play before the penalty, though? That's what I'm talking about. Quick, one touch. You can't deal with it. You can't defend. Yazabal, piss off. Mate, what are you moaning about? Get away. You moany lot. Get lost. Boris can get lost as well. Becker, get him out. You're a has-been. Go. What are they moaning about? Get your card out. Get your bloody card. Yazabal needs a bloody card. What are you moaning about? What don't you understand? They're checking the penalty. It's a stone wall penalty, mate. There's nothing about that that's not a penalty. It's stone wall. Yeah, check over, penalty. Yeah, 100%. Never a penalty, yeah, mate. It's the. I'll always be honest. Even with red tinted glasses, that's stone wall penalty. There's no way it's not. No way or not. And also, when the referee gives it, it never gets overturned anyway. Right, let's see what happens here. Come on. Anyway, what I was saying is, the build-up to the penalty is exactly what Man United need to do more of. It's the one-touch pass. You can't defend the one-touch pass. And it was brilliant play by Bruno, Xerxes, Rasmus, Xerxes. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Bruno, come on. This will change the game because they'll have to open up and then we can hit them on the attack. Get in, you motherfucker. Get in. 2-1. Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes. I can't jump around because I've got 6 stitches in my stomach. But trust me, I'm absolutely over the moon. Take a deep breath of relief. It's 2-1. It's get in. And come on. Let's have it. And I tell you what. People can say, Jammy, 2 penalties for United. Oh, let me just remember. How have Real Sociedad scored 2 goals in this bloody tie? Oh, both penalties. Oh, well, what goes around comes around. Kiss it. Kiss it. The penalty they got in Spain was jammy. 2 penalties each, and we've got a real goal. 3-2. We'll take that. Right, the game should open up now. This should play into our... play into our hands now. They've got to attack, which means we should be able to hit them on the break. Kill the game. Finish them. I can't believe I've been here for 5 years. This is Man United Hodge, legend of the chat, mate. Legend. I hope you're doing well. Razabal is worse moaning than moaning Myrtle Mark, says David. I wonder how much Man United paid the refs, says NYC. Hilarious. It's a novel approach to do the penalty shootout during the 90 minutes. Saves time, says Goldilocks. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another penalty at some point. Surely the players will see how when they play well, they get a penalty with nice passes. Bruno's definitely turned it around the last few weeks, says Acid. United have been savaged by VAR dating back to Eric Ten Hag's first season, often on calls that don't get called in other games. Why do United so often get refereed at different standard? Of course, we get a penalty now, says Manish. Come on, United. Goddard says, hi, Henry. We are winning this, United, says Agrim. And celebrating 5 years of membership this month, you've made my slump much more bearable all through. United stand till I die, or the club dies. Hope you're doing well, Punnett. Top 4 next season, says Mark. Holder did some research and found that the Glazers are actually Israelis. Shocker, says Johans. You're right. Positivity. Xerxes overhead inbound, says Harvey. Thank you very much for that. Let's be honest, that was another soft penalty, says Billy. Look, I genuinely don't see the moaning about the penalty. I really don't see what the moaning's all about. Once the referee on the pitch gives it, it's a penalty. Like, that's just the way it's going to work. Where does Bruno's penalty conversion rate rank? He's almost never misses, says Alec. He's got to be one of the best penalty takers in Europe. I mean, Salah's good. Cole Palmer's good. I mean, Jorginho used to be good, but he started missing, doesn't he? Jeff says, apparently you're not allowed to stand still. Get in is my favourite to say now, says Shatter. Glad the surgery went well. Happy to see you back, Mark. Watch-alongs are not the same without you, says Ty. Thank you very much. Well, they're going to make some subs. I think I said this at half-time. The key for me is that we now hit them on the break. That is a lovely ball. Rasmus is going to get there. Does well. Good, brilliant hold-up play. Garnacho uses the low. Lovely play. It's almost like they've been told to pass this second half. That's what we need more of. They're going to attack us. Let's look to get Xerxes, Rasmus, Garnacho into the spaces. I can see the third goal. I can see us killing them now. We just got to be intelligent on how we attack. Lovely play by Dorgu. He's done really well. He's done really well. Oh, I'd have cut that back. I'd have cut that back. Get well soon, says Oscar. You're my hero. Thank you, mate. Clear penalty, says Hypochondriac. Shall I do a poll on whether it was a penalty? I can do it on YouTube if you want to vote. United Stand YouTube. Was it a pen on Dorgu? You have your say. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow on TikTok. Really appreciate that. And please do subscribe if you're on YouTube. Bottom right hand corner. We're heading towards 50,000, 2,050,000, and we're only 200 away from 48,000. So please click that button in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe. Absolute legends tuning in tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. Look, for me, selfishly, I don't care how we win. I will be devastated tonight and tomorrow and every other day if our season ends. That's what we're playing for here. The season will be over if we lose this game. We've got nothing else to play for. We're never going to do anything in the league. We're too far behind. We're out of both domestic cups. I'm not saying we're going to win the Europa League, although I did predict it in January. I don't think we're playing well enough to win the Europa League. I mean, Sociedad are mid-table La Liga. Athletic Bilbao are about a top 4. So they will be better than this. And we will need to be a lot better than this to win the tournament. But staying in the tournament just keeps the season alive. It gives us some energy, doesn't it? You can build with that energy. Where are you, Anana? Fucking hell. I didn't think he was going to come onto screen then. Gary says, the Moaners just want to trigger you. Xerxes reminds me of first season of Firmino, says Nilo. Haters go to your own club's channel. Oops, you don't have one, says Jack. My birthday's on Saturday because you use a Man United win to kick it off, says Haddocken. Thank you very much, mate. Happy birthday for that. Did you have a vasectomy? Says it's CJR. Mate, if I had a vasectomy, that would be a crime. Oh, Garnacho nearly getting in there. Well done. Mark, be grateful you haven't got to hear Robbie Savage's commentary. It's a super yacht. I can't believe they give him a job. Is he still talking about systems? Nothing wrong with the system, is there? Dan says, where's your go-to spot when you take a penalty? Ben Foster, who was quite good at saving penalties as a goalkeeper, he always told me the hardest place for a goalkeeper to save it is if you go high in the corner. But obviously, if you go high in the corner, you run the risk. So that's why a lot of people go low. So I like to go right footer, left, across, run up like I'm going that corner and then go high that corner. But if you get it wrong... I'm really looking forward to a full 90-minute performance. It's always a tale of two halves with us, says Sean. I think what we've got to do, Sean, here, and everybody else, is I don't mind what's happening here. Let Sociedad have the ball. Let them have the ball. Let them move up the pitch. You can see it already. Look at how high they're moving up the pitch now. And this is where you move. Xerxes into Rasmus. He does well. Really well. Oh, Garnacho. Oh. Unlucky. Well played, Rasmus. Put the cross in. This is what I mean, though. That's exactly what we need to do. Xerxes, lovely ball. Rasmus does well. Battles his way. Tries to... It's not a bad cross, to be fair. It's just a little bit ahead of Garnacho. But that's what we've got to do. Sociedad are losing. Let them move up the pitch and then win it and move it quickly. Thatcher, welcome to Members Club. I put you as my idol and my PE teacher asked who you were. Nearly beat the crap out of them, says Kenzo. I'm really looking forward to have done that from Sean. What was your surgery for, says Leo. I had a... I don't know what you call them. Like, we call them... like a freckle thing on my stomach, and it was just growing quite big, so I had to have it removed. So, sliced open... Cut out 6 stitches right in the centre of my stomach. So it's very tender because I only had it last night. But yeah, it was agony last night. It's still painful to move, but it'll get better. Ethan says the last penalty was very clear and obvious out of the 3. Yeah, I think the third... Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Ethan. Spot on. Great point. Wish I'd thought of that myself. I absolutely, completely agree with you. I think that out of all the penalties we've seen, that was the most clear and obvious one we've had. Spurs are heading through, by the way. They're 2-0 up against AZ Alkmaar. Madison just got the second one. K-Ray says, good morning from Australia. Would love to buy some merch with Get In splashed across the front. This is K-Ray. I thought we did one with that. I can't remember now. Karen says, Xerxes looks so much like Martial when he's on the ball. Good close control and dribbling. He will turn out good for us. I think all the new signings look... you think about Yoro, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Agate, Xerxes. I always said that... look, you can't judge players after 6 months anyway. You've got to give them a full season. And I think in their own way, in all seasons, they've done well. Be grateful. Thank you very much for Karen for that. Hope you get well soon, says Shaunak. I saw a video where someone at Old Trafford was watching your half-time evaluation at a live game. Shows your impact. Thanks, Shaunak. I didn't even know you could get good phone reception at Old Trafford. Joe Robinson says, hi, Mark. My tutor at 2 Till spoke about you today. Tell him I'll come and do a speech. Just build me a statue. It was my comprehensive school. Not seen this much service to a striker in years. If they did this in previous games, imagine what we'd be like, says Tom Grant. If we win, Europe is that 6 English teams for the Champions League. Yeah, it would be, Brian. Yeah, it's a completely separate thing. If you win the Europa League, that's an allocated Champions League spot, and then the top 5 is something else completely. I tell you, who's been very Delo. What the hell is he doing? Brilliant, Casemiro. I was just about to say, Delo has had such a nothing game. He's not been bad. He's not been good. But that was bloody shocking. And it was brilliant by Casemiro. Absolutely brilliant cover tackle. I mean, Delo, I wouldn't say Delo's had a bad game. He's just been very quiet. But that was ridiculous, really. Well away. De Ligt. Now Bruno. Here we go. Garnacho. Run him. Now's the time to run him. Run him. Exactly. Oh, unlucky. United are finally coming to Chicago. Hope to see you, Beth, Ricky and Tull and the whole squad there, says Dan. I would like to go to the Chicago game because Chicago is one of the cities I've always wanted to go to because of Batman. Mark, why you stopped doing the podcast? They were good. We haven't stopped doing the podcast, Prab. They're on Spotify. It's just audio. This team might win 3rd trophy in a row. That's a little bit too soon, Lebert. Surgery was because Mark tripped over his wallet, says Robert. Robert's going to get absolutely rinsed on the live show next week. He just doesn't know what's happening to him. He's already agreed that Robert McCormack has already agreed on the Dublin live show that he will come on stage. That is now a contract. So he will be on stage at Dublin and all his little cheeky comments are going to come back and bite him on the arse, potentially. I mean, he could walk off with GOAT status, but we'll have to wait and see. Nice play, Rasmus. Xerxes. Go, Dorgu, go. That's a red card. That is a red card. Last man, surely. Nah, but yes! Goodbye. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Avita saying good night. I hate to go, but we are going right. Get in. Get in. It's a red card. It's a red card. Absolutely. Last man. There ain't no way Dorgu's getting caught here. No way. Look at the momentum. That defender's not catching him. No way. Brilliant decision. Absolutely spot on. He ain't getting caught. I said red as soon as I saw it. That is spot on. Xerxes' ball was fire. The centre-back's not catching him. He's through one-on-one. That is exactly what it's all about. Yeah, Amorim's there. I agree. What a ball by Xerxes. What a ball by Xerxes that was. My man of the match. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's what you want from a number 10. He's not a striker. I think when you play him up front, it's really difficult. He's not a striker. Oh, look at Yazabal moaning again. Crying over you. Crying over you. And I'll be crying over you. Crying over you. Oh. Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Get out. Now, that Yazabal, he is a right moany little bitch. He really does not shut up. He should have had a yellow card. I think he did get a yellow card. I think the referee has been a bit dodgy, but I don't think he's made a dodgy decision on either of those big calls. Both. Oh, De Ligt. Right, we need to finish this game off now. Just because they're down to 10 men and we're winning 2-1, we've got to finish this game off now. Don't know if the ref, if real or just bad, but the players seem to be understanding the system a bit and a little bit more promising. You know what it is, Football Maniac TV? I'm just so happy at the moment for all United fans because it's such a shit show. Just we don't want to go into the international break in March and our season's over. I'm happy to take it every game as it comes. I'm not talking about winning the Europa League. Let's just bloody stay in the game. Let's just stay in the Europa League, you know? Brilliant, Xerxes again. Garnacho, 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 Dorgu. Come on, there's got to be some goals here. He was on the pitch for like 5 minutes. Now he's heading for the showers to Cyber Gamer. He'd only just come on as... Oh, the player who got sent off had only just come on, yeah. Bodo Glemp through to the quarters is impressive, says Ban. You be careful, Mark. You had a bad one a few years ago. Keep getting them checked. So glad you're okay, says Jason Marsh. Yeah, I do. I get them checked every 6 months now, mate. Who are our potential opponents next round, says 021. It's Leon, and then probably, if we're being honest, it's probably going to be Athletic Bilbao because they're going to be playing Range. Oh no, Fenerbahce aren't out yet. 3-2 Rangers Fenerbahce. So Rangers Fenerbahce will play Athletic Bilbao, and then we will play Leon if we get through, and then the winners play each other. Leon are 3-0 up against FCSB and 6-1 up on aggregate. So one thing about Leon is they can score goals. Maitland-Niles plays for Leon. Haven't seen a red card for the opposition for ages, says Johnny. We very rarely play against 10 men. You're right. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please give us a subscribe if you're on YouTube. Nearly 60,000 watching. And, oh, God, I am in pain. I'm going to take some painkillers. Cause I've been crying over you. I love that song. Especially when I can sing it at people who are crying. What's the frequency? Can at the shop? It's the same. Oh. I am the world's worst swallower. That's gonna get clipped. I'm the world's worst swallower of paracetamol. You know when you try and swallow it and it gets stuck in your throat and then it crumbles and you get the taste of paracetamol. I'm terrible at it. I can literally drink. It takes me about a pint. I put the tablets in and I'm trying to swallow them and I'll drink a pint of water and I still won't have swallowed it. I'm terrible at swallowing pills. Ronan Keating impression, says Bartley. I can't do Ronan Keating. Ricky will love it. Matic plays for Leon. Does he? Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah, you're right. 2 + 2 is Matic. Feels like I'm watching the Spanish United, says Lunda. Give us a bit of Agadoo, Mark, says Bartley, if we score again. I'm convinced that Rasmus is going to score tonight. I've predicted it. There's only 20 minutes for it to happen. Love your content. Do you know if you will play FC 25 anytime soon? I find it interesting to watch your career modes. I do want to bring it back, the recon guy. I do want to bring it back. Xerxes has too much sauce. Nonchalant skills equal the best, says Sebastian. This is for the Roy Orbison cover, says Dave. Jahid says, what did Amorim say at half-time? I think Amorim said at half-time, simplify the game. Because we were all talking about it. Lovely ball by Rasmus into Garnacho. Cut back. Cut back. Oh, it's the one place. Good build-up play. Don't get too far ahead of the ball. I tell you what, Casemiro's had a really good game second half. What did Amorim say at half-time? Haven't seen a red card, done that one. Our left side has been so much better than the right, says Patrick. It's incredible, isn't it, really, when you think about the fact that the left-hand side is... How old is Heaven? 18? 17, 18. Dorgu's 20. Dorgu on the left. Dorgu on the left. Look. Casemiro, look. Oh, why are we not hitting the left? Heaven's 18. The water needs to go first, says Zico. Lovely ball to Dorgu. Remark. Remember their fans did the Poznan in the first leg. Hope you're well after the operation, says Jake. I had wiped it from my memory. Dorgu. He's having a great game, isn't he? So, Dorgu second half. Brilliant. Just need to get this third goal and kill this. Zaki says, last 27 games in Europe League at Old Trafford, Man United lost only one game. Only lost was to Sociedad. Another corner. Playing differently than the Premier League. Dazzler says, mind your stitches with that singing. For once, I actually feel like they're playing as a team. I do keep checking my bandage to make sure I'm not bleeding through, but at the moment it's doing okay. I need to lose some weight. Another corner. Remember their fans did the Poznan? Yes, I do. Now. Lovely take by Bruno. Cross is good. Casemiro. Oh, another corner surely. They've got to open up here, Sociedad. Yeah, Spurs got to be careful. 2-1 on aggregate. 2-2. No, 2-1 on the night. 2-1 on aggregate. Tell you what, if you like Mourinho, Rangers have fucked this big time. How I mean, look, we're not going to be watching it, but I mean, Rangers in Turkey win 3-1, and then Fenerbahce in Glasgow winning 2-0. 3-3 on the night. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? If you were Rangers fans, you'd be thinking, we've done the hard work. 3-3 on aggregate. I don't know who would rather win that game, because I think they both get beat in the quarterfinal by Athletic Bilbao anyway. Go on, slip him in. Lovely ball into Delo. Yeah, he's had an average game. Another corner. It's easy work at the moment. I don't care if we don't score another one as long as they don't score. I'm past caring about anything other than Man United winning. Did you see Amorim doing any subs, says King? No. I mean, Leicester at the weekend couldn't give a toss. Bandage reveal. Oh, that sounds a bit weird. Oh, headed away. You know what we need to do? Go back to Onana, let them push up, and then bang, tap in for Rasmus. Don't want to talk about transfers, but I have a feeling they'll do a Lingard with Rashford or Anthony, perform well at West Ham, then decide to keep, says Naf. That would be stupid. My Scottish cousin is probably absolutely raging, says Thunderbolt. It'll be going like that. Scooby-Doo, I can't speak. I can't. Slow Sports News, what's going on here? 3-1. I can't speak. Scooby-Doo, crunchy nut cornflakes and an Audi. Oh, I can't. Let's Slow Sports News. Let's go live to Glasgow. 3-1. Oh, I can't speak, man. Why no painkillers at the zoo? Parrots eat 'em all, says Mark. Classic. Delo needs competition, says Mrs. Stone. Wan-Bissaka was better than Delo, says Ash G. Appreciation for Casemiro past few games. He's been stepped up when we've had injuries. Can't fault him the last few games. Callum, at the end of the day, I absolutely agree. He's not got any future at the club. But if he can do a job between now and the summer and leave, happy days. Thanks for your super chats tonight, by the way. And thanks for your follows on TikTok. Great seeing Xerxes proving the haters wrong. Give new players time, says Andre. I remember having this chat, Andre, and I don't know how long you've been watching the United Stand, but I remember having this chat back in September where people were calling Xerxes shit. And I was like, don't call him shit. He's a human being. Don't call him shit. But no, what I did say is they were doing it to Agate and Xerxes, and I said, the team is struggling. They've only been here a few weeks. You've got to give them a season. And let's not forget, he was thinking about going back to Italy until January. And then in January, he decided he wanted to stay. And since then, he's never looked back. So I think he was probably a little bit unsettled as well. The great news is Sociedad don't score many goals. And they've only got 10 men. And both the goals they've scored against us have been penalties. And they can't get anywhere near the penalty box. Bruno. Oh, he's going to win that? Nah, silly. Let me guess, TNT player of the match will be Bruno, says Damien. I think TNT have to give it to Bruno, but it should be Xerxes. When I say they have to give it to Bruno, they give it to Bruno all the time. Would you play Binder over Onana when he's back, says Josh? Yes, but I don't think he will. I really feel like we're starting to see improvements, says Darry. Thank you very much. Last 10 years, De Ligt, second best transfer after Bruno, says JJ. Harvey says, Delo does not need competition. He needs Jesus. Raul says, have you heard the Capello version of Crying, sang in Spanish from the David Lynch movie Mulholland Drive? It's beautiful, says Raul. Oh, Collier is coming on. Who would you take? Collier for Casemiro. I tell you what, I've been a critic of Casemiro. The money he gets and how he's performed over the last year, not been good enough. But you know what? I'll applaud him tonight. He's done a job for us tonight. Who would you take, Osimhen or Mateta? Oh, definitely Osimhen. Give me some of that gravy, says LG. So cracking. I like Roy Orbison. Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it. Baby. Oh, Xerxes trying to get Rasmus in. I think the link up between Xerxes and Rasmus tonight has been the best it's ever been. Seems to be a bit of a relationship there. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight. When you stopped to say hello, then I'd be crying over you, crying over you. I love it. Sorry, I'm probably winding people up. We're not even through yet. I'll teach you to do the bloody Poznan to us, you prats. No, I will be smug. I can't stand people who do the Poznan. It's the crappiest celebration in the world. And Man City do it. Don't let it bounce. What are we doing here? Casemiro shines against 10 men, says Twiz. Casemiro is only familiar with La Liga, says Constantine. At least Mark hasn't mentioned his stitches tonight, says Daniel. Well, I had to mention them because one, I was mixing up my words because I've been on painkillers, and two, I don't normally sit down for a watch along, so you know, explanations. Man City against Chelsea in the Champions League. Xerxes, Rasmus drop. Garnacho. Collier, you're going to get there, mate. Come back. Come back with Mikola TV. Nice playing to Garnacho. Pass. Bruno, have a shot for a hat-trick. Xerxes. Goal. Oh, what a save. Brilliant play. Can't believe it. Mazraoui. Oh, skills by Mazraoui. Back post. Xerxes. Oh! Could have been 3. Not quite. Xerxes gets 2 chances in the space of a minute, and he's unfortunate with both. But look at Xerxes. Xerxes thinks he's bloody Gareth Bale. Mazraoui, sorry. It's crying. Yeah, if it is, Paul, if you like Only Fools and Horses. Typing this with my kinetic skills, but dropping in to say I'm the best left back in the world is Patrick Dorgu. I'm carrying right now. Call me Patrice Dorver. Dorvra. I swear if they score while you're scoring that, says Jack. Mank says you've got the voice of an angel, a fallen one. Thanks, mate. Mark sounds like a pissed singing outside us. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I'm already in agony. Andre says, do you remember my email about Sir Jim not being a real lifelong fan? Starting to feel like I was right. I'm Hayden says, beautiful voice, Mark. That deserves £2. I loved the Sancho-William Wallace comparison. Mark had me in stitches, says Ty. I've just signed for a new job and want United to win, says Tommy Lee. I just want Man United to be into the next round, mate, so we get 2 more games this season that actually mean anything, because I can't tell you how crap the Premier League's going to be with no Europa League. But it looks like a few things have... Oh, here we go, Xerxes, lovely play. There is a lot of space out there, but we're moving the ball lovely. Eight minutes. Play down the clock. Give it to Mike, he says, our forwards stink. Mate, I actually think I don't really care what anybody says. I know he hasn't got a goal, and that's the icing on the cake, and that's what you need from your striker. But compared to the last few weeks, I think Rasmus has done okay tonight. Xerxes played really well. Obviously, I think they both could have got a goal, but overall, they've played with a lot more confidence, and Xerxes, for me, has got to be man of the match contender. Lovely playing to Dorgu. Another good tackle. Got the ball. Oh my God, he's given a penalty. I genuinely didn't think this was a penalty. I genuinely didn't. Would you not let Rasmus take it? I didn't think that one was a penalty. I've got to say, I'm sort of sat here going, I don't think that was a pen. Well, I'm going to get rid of the poll because it's another one on... What's he doing now? I don't know what this referee's doing. Yazabel's crying again. Crying! He can't believe it. I don't think that was a penalty. But we haven't even seen we haven't seen a bloody replay yet. Oh no, he's not given a penalty. He hasn't given a penalty. Oh, I don't know. Actually, fair. It was actually, you know what? It wasn't far off being a penalty, but it definitely wasn't. Definitely not. No way. Well, very honest from Dorgu. If that was 1-1... Fair play. We spent our remaining budget on the referee, says J-Dead. Every time I watch Collier, I see potential. I like Collier, Ethan. I agree. Do we still have a chance for the Conference League, says Adrian? Not in the league, no. Waiting for Goldbridge to visit California, says Arch. Sounds good to me. I think Heaven or Xerxes should be man of the match. For a kid, that's fantastic for a debut. Yeah, and to play 90 minutes as well. No retreat, no agenda, yes. Imagine this team with Martinez and Ahmad, says Lunda. And what do you think of Sir Alex throwing a boot at Beckham, says Lisa? Well, it's hardly breaking news, mate. It happened about 20 years ago. Longer than that. 25. Come on, Delo. Go on, Garnacho. Why did he not pass that? Bruno. Goal. I think Bruno's man of the match. Hat trick for Bruno. He's got to be man of the match. And that's game over. Absolutely fantastic. Bruno with the hat trick. What a finish. And I tell you what, if I could jump about, I would. But that, to me, is perfect. Win the game, get through, keep the season alive. And I tell you what, never, never do the Poznan on a penalty that you didn't deserve again. You reap what you sow in life, and doing the Poznan is going to make chat shit get banged, basically. Lovely play. Garnacho plays the right ball. Bruno's onside. And he takes the shot quite rightly. And it's a lovely finish by Bruno. And it's a lovely goal by Manchester United. And to tell you what have we done them? 4-1 on aggregate. 5-2 on aggregate. I think Bruno's just stolen man of the match. You can't not give him man of the match when he's scored a hat-trick. Oh, take a deep breath. Thank the Lord. Thank the footballing lords for that. Don't forget as well, want as many of you as possible to do this. Player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being the average. Links in the description. Or scan the QR code. All you got to do is register once. You'll get an email verification. And then you'll be able to do it every week. It's only one register. And then you're done. So get in that. Fantastic. Selfish Garnacho debunked. I'll tell you what, Mank. Two-wheeler. Absolutely. United hat-trick, says Ndibwa. It is so obvious to me that at half-time, Amorim did exactly what all of you lot were saying. Pass the ball, simplify the game. And we've been a different team second half because of that. First half, loads of long balls, loads of people being selfish. Second half, way more of a team. And we're better. We're better than that. Lovely to see Xerxes going off as well with to a round of applause when you think of that a few weeks ago. But it just shows you what can happen if you put the work in. That should have been a foul. Hi, Mark. Would you say Man United are now favourites now that they've got second legs at home for the quarter and semi-final? We've got a chance, Ryle. We've got to take every game as it comes. We've got to... I mean, look, winning the Champions League for us is a bigger quest than tonight, but it's £80 million, and it can change. It can change you. It can change everything. How will Leon be? Well, we'll have to have a look at it, Tanai. I mean, I'm just getting over the fact that tonight was all that mattered, and we've done it. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow, like Casey on TikTok. Another corner for United. What's the score? 3-1. God. What's these bloody painkillers? They're making my head mess. I'm not dreaming. This is not a dream, is it? I'm going to wake up in a minute and Mrs. Goldbridge is going to say, you've got to get up for the match. It's real. Go on, Garnacho. Dorgu, give it to Rasmus. Back to Dorgu. Brilliant. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. What a goal by Delo. Brilliant play by Rasmus. What a goal. Absolutely fantastic. That is a cracker. What a hit. Brilliant. That is, I mean, look, I know they've only got 10 men and they've given up, but what a goal. Anana, even Anana's running over. What a finish. Brilliant. And really good. What we're doing? We're doing celebrations now. Delo actually is alive. He's just proved it. He's got a pulse. But what a finish. Really good assist as well. Yeah, lovely finish. 4-1 now. This is all confidence, though. You know, in the Europa League, that's all that matters to us now. We deserve this as well. We do deserve this. We deserve a bit of a boost. It's been a hard bloody season, and as I've been saying all week, it's about getting behind these players, getting behind this team, and hoping that they can deliver. And I thought the first half was very equal, but second half, circumstances or not, we have been the better side, and we've deserved it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Player ratings, scan the QR code, get involved in that. Big shout out to Crossplay. Remember to play that with BetDAC. Really good game to play for free, win real cash prizes. Yeah, well, look, we'll play Lyon in the next round. That's who we're going to be playing. Spurs. What are Spurs doing at the moment? Oh, no, Spurs are going through. They got the third goal. So Spurs are going through. Fenerbahce are heading to extra time. Lyon are through. Who do Spurs get in the next round? Oh, it's a long way. We could only play Spurs in the final anyway. Got to be careful about yellow cards, though, because you can... Am I right in saying that you can... 4-1 to United. Am I right in saying that you can get suspended by accumulating yellow cards? "30 seconds to go." Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I would say for me, this has been, you know, very enjoyable, but contained enjoyment. I can't really move around much because I don't want to... People are saying I'm milking it, but actually I want to be honest about why I've not been as animated and jumping around and standing up. And that's basically because I've got six stitches in my stomach. So I've had to try and just contain it a little bit. But thank you very much for being my support and the amazing community you are today. The main thing was that we win, and that's what we've done, and we keep the season alive, and that's what we've done. And Lyon next. 2 more games for Manchester United in April, which is just... I just couldn't have lived with... Well, I would have lived. I wouldn't have given up. But I couldn't have lived with... And there it is. Come on, Agadoo. Oh, no, it's not over. Yes, it is over. Come on. Come on. We're alive. We're alive and kicking. Kicking the music. That's where it should come in. Yeah, look, I couldn't have contemplated being out of Europe and the season being over on the 13th of March. 2.5 months of the season to go, and it could have been over. So to get through and win the game, and I think virtually every player had a good game. Second half especially was a really good performance. I think I'm going to have to give Bruno man of the match because he's got a hat-trick. But I do think the likes of Xerxes and Dorgu in heaven deserve a very good shout-out as well. I thought Rasmus actually had a good game. I'd love him to get the goal. And I think as a striker, you need the goal. But overall game was good. Got the assist as well. Delo got a goal, even though he was quite quiet. Garnacho grew into the game in the second half. Casemiro was good second half. The three centre-backs were all good. I mean, Onana didn't have anything to do. He would be the only player, really. Bruno carried the team on his back, says Anasif. Biggest fear now is losing to Spurs in the final. Mate, we've got a long way to go before that. Devon, trust me, Leon will be better than Sociedad and Bilbao will be better than Leon. So it's one step, mate. We're nowhere near the final yet. Great to see the players having fun, says Faisal. Are United and Spurs the favourites, says Shahin? I don't think we're the favourites, mate. I really don't. I think you're misreading the room. Athletic Bilbao are way better than Sociedad, and they've just knocked Roma out. So it will get harder, and we just got to take it every game as it comes, but we enjoy tonight. We feast tonight, for we fight tomorrow. But we feast tonight. Right, match reaction, player ratings. Get on it while I'm just setting that up. I'll see you over there in a minute. Fantastic.